Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about the principles of fire insurance. We are going to discuss about these 6 principles of fire insurance, that is the principle of insurable interest, principle of good faith, principle of indemnity, principle of proximate cause, principle of subrogation and principle of warranties. Let's discuss the first principle, that is the principle of insurable interest. It is a general principle of the insurance contract. An insurer cannot lawfully be enforced for insurance without insurable interest. The insured must have an insurable interest in the item for which he is going to take the insurance. That is, the insured must suffer financial loss at the time of damage and must gain by its protection. The insurable interest in the fire insurance must be present at the time of contract. If there is no insurable interest at the time of insurance, the contract will be invalid. Next one is the principle of good faith. The insurer and the insured must furnish detailed information regarding the subject matter to each other. The insured must disclose all the information asked truly and fully. The observance of good faith is necessary not only during the negotiations of contract but throughout the term of policy and in making the claims. Like, an insured who is near to the property must act to prevent fire, and if a fire occurred, he must do his utmost to extinguish it. Next one is the principle of indemnity. This principle aims to compensate the insured for a loss sustained. The compensation should be such as to place him as nearly as possible in the same position after the loss as he occupied immediately before the occurrence. The insured cannot claim anything in excess of the amount of actual loss sustained. The actual amount of indemnity will be the market value of the subject matter destroyed or damaged by fire at the time and place of occurrence of fire, and will never exceed the assured amount. Next is the principle of proximate cause. The rule is that the immediate and not the remote cause is to be regarded as a causa proxima. The insurer always takes the proximate cause while paying the claim. It is a proximate cause and not the remote cause for which the insurance is done. Must listen to it carefully. It is a proximate cause for which the insurance is done and not the remote cause. Proximate cause is concerned with how the actual loss or damage happened to the insured, whether the loss is a result of an insured peril or not. Next one is the principle of subrogation. Subrogation means the right of one person to stand in place of another and to avail himself of the latter's rights and remedies. The right of subrogation is exercisable at common law after the insurer has paid the claim made against him. If the insured has received the full amount of his loss, then any sums obtained from the third party must belong to the insurer only. Like, if the damaged property has any value left, or the assured has recovered the lost property, or has any right against the third property regarding that property, these must be passed on to the insurer. And the last principle is the principle of warranties. The contents of the proposal form are expressly incorporated in the policy which forms warranty. Warranty is that by which the assured undertakes that some particular thing shall or shall not be done. Warranties which are mentioned in the policy are called the express warranties, and those warranties which are not mentioned in the policy are called the implied warranties. Thank you.